This is Nightline.
Tonight, the scathing final report on the Titan, the doomed OceanGate submersible tragically imploding and killing all 5 on board while on a once-in-a-lifetime expedition to the wreckage of the legendary Titanic, known as the Ship of Dreams. Its tragic story captured in that Oscar-winning film. The red flags ignored, the employee fired for raising questions, and the CEO who investigators say ignored critical safety protocols.
I think it was General MacArthur said, "You're remembered for the rules you break."
Could tragedy have been prevented? Plus, King of the Hill, the illustrious cartoon.
I've been drinking beer for 40 years, and I never wished once that it tasted more like fruit.
Returning after 15 years with the original voices behind the meme sensation.
I'll say good day here.
I love Peggy Hill. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. and get a bunch of makeup done.
The nostalgia you love, older and facing today's issues.
The world has changed, Dad.
I don't know how to kick someone's ass over Zoom, but I'll figure it out.
What's one of television's most famous animated families up to now? And the Troll and the Bear. Seattle's NHL mascot has a close encounter out in the wild.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the scathing result of 2 years of investigation into the tragedy that captivated the nation. The Titan submersible, infamously going off radar in 2023, later determined to have imploded, killing all 5 on board, including the firm's CEO, while on a deep dive expedition to the wreck of the famed Titanic. The findings revealing a shocking number of red flags. Here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
111 years after the fateful sinking of the RMS Titanic, and about 40 years after the wreckage was found,
finding the Titanic has caused an awful lot of excitement.
Another disaster at sea.
We're learning tonight that the U.S. Navy heard sounds of what was likely the implosion of the vessel the same day it lost contact.
An underwater acoustic system heard what was likely that implosion on Sunday.
The 2023 implosion of the Titan submersible visiting the Titanic wreckage, killing 5 people. Now the scathing final report of the doomed vessel. United States Coast Guard officials say that the disaster could have been prevented and that OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush, who led the expedition, bore much of the blame.
My initial reaction when I heard the debris had unfortunately been found was that I was not surprised. I had suspected since the incident was first reported as missing that would likely be the outcome.
According to the U.S. Coast Guard report released earlier this week, OceanGate, quote, continued to use the Titan for operations after a series of incidents that likely compromised the integrity of the hull. Incidents like improper storage and extreme temperature that likely weakened the body of the submersible. New details revealing warning signs were regularly ignored and concealed, and whistleblowers were intimidated, some even fired for raising concerns.
Our team discovered the whistleblower was probably OceanGate's most experienced employee. So when he brought safety concerns to OceanGate early on, he was absolutely fired for bringing up those safety concerns.
The Titanic was the largest ocean liner at the time, billed as unsinkable and the ship of dreams. Its glory, mystique, and eventual sinking when 1,500 lives were lost, recreated in the Oscar-winning film Titanic, creating an enduring obsession by adventurers seeking to check off the ultimate bucket list item.
Titanic is woven into the fabric of maritime lore. There's not a bigger maritime disaster that's captured the imagination and just of the world.
So all of our tests.
Stockton Rush, the man behind OceanGate, an underwater tourism company, sought to make that dream a reality for travelers. He considered himself a revolutionary, ready to explore the darkest depths of the oceans. Rush seen talking in this vlog about how he wants to be remembered.
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator. I think it was General MacArthur said, "You're remembered for the rules you break."
But in doing so, investigators say he ignored critical safety protocols.
They had classification societies looking at their other submersibles that were the precursors to Titan. And then over the years, you see that level of compliance starts to wane. And then when Titan started, there was no engagement.
It was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime, a submersible vessel that could reach depths few others can, taking tourists to witness history firsthand. On June 18, 2023, 5 people, including Rush, boarded the Titan. Less than 2 hours after their journey began, contact was lost. Equipment from both the military and private sector were brought in to search by air and in the sea, an area double the size of Connecticut.
There is a full court press effort to get equipment on scene as quickly as we can.
The Navy's sending a portable lift system designed to recover large, heavy objects. Before they embarked, authorities say Rush reclassified all passengers and called them mission specialists to bypass safety regulations. Less than 2 hours after their journey began, and over 2 miles down, the Titan implosion took place. According to the report, the passengers were exposed to approximately 5,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. All 5 on board were killed instantly. In this video seen on the Discovery documentary Implosion, the Titanic sub-disaster, investigators play the moment Rush's wife is seen here unknowingly hearing the Titan imploding.
Yeah. Should be about 500 meters. Was that right?
The report also found that the Titan was not covered nor provided protection from the environment when taken out of the water, possibly hurting the integrity of the carbon fiber frame.
One button.
Rush said in this vlog how the Titan defied industry standards.
The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
The maintenance of carbon fiber is really important. Before the 2023 operating season, OceanGate left the Titan exposed to the weather in a Canadian port, which was, had fluctuations below and above freezing with precipitation and snow. That had the potential to degrade the hull.
Authorities say Rush also had a pattern of firing staff who raised concerns, like the director of engineering and David Lockridge, who was OceanGate's former director of marine operations. In the Netflix documentary Titan, the OceanGate submersible disaster, you can hear from an audio recording the moment David was fired by Stockton for voicing his safety concerns.
You know, every expedition we've had, we've had issues. And I've been with you. Every single expedition.
I'm not denying that.
Do you now want to let me go? That's the question.
I don't see we have a choice.
Members of Rush's team testified before Congress, claiming that they repeatedly warned him of the dangers.
He wanted me to be the pilot that runs the Titanic missions, and I told him I'm not getting in it.
According to the report, the OceanGate team did not notify the outside world and authorities that there was a problem for over 7 hours after they lost communication. Businessman Shahzada Daoud and his 19-year-old son Suleiman were on board. Their family says nothing can heal their pain, writing in part in a statement to ABC News, "We believe that accountability and regulatory change must follow such a catastrophic failure. We hope this tragedy serves as a turning point." 4 days after going missing, the Titan remains were found. In a statement responding to the report, OceanGate writes, "We again offer our deepest condolences to the families. After the tragedy occurred, the company permanently wound down operations and directed its resources fully towards cooperating with the Coast Guard's inquiry through its completion." Investigators say if the OceanGate CEO had survived the disaster, they would have recommended manslaughter charges.
We would have made a recommendation to the Commandant to make a criminal referral to the Department of Justice for a separate investigation looking into potential seamen's manslaughter.
OceanGate has since suspended all operations, but for other explorers like Patrick Leahy, the lure of the ocean still runs deep.
It'll be the first time in history that a craft has been created that will dive to 4,000 meters, that has a transparent pressure boundary. It'll be a 2-person vehicle, and we're hoping to have it ready by next summer.
Leahy is building a submersible for Larry Connor.
He wanted to counteract all the negative messaging and the narrative that was swirling around this tragic event.
Connor is a real estate billionaire from Ohio who commissioned his own expedition that plans to visit the Titanic next year. They say safety is of the utmost importance.
I'm a firm believer in the importance of staying within the rules, which is necessarily arduous, time-consuming, and expensive. The classification society rules have been in place for 60 years, and the track record of safety is extraordinary.
Still, the lessons of the Titanic and Titan on the top of Lahey's mind.
Human-occupied vehicles are magical. To me, they're the most incredible machines on our planet, and I don't want people to be afraid of diving in them. And I only wish that more people were given the privilege and the opportunity to experience what I've been lucky enough to see in my life.
Our thanks to Gio. Up next, one of TV's favorite cartoon families.
Hi, I'm Bobby Hill, executive chef of Robota Chain. As the
King of the Hill, back with the original cast and a few grown-up changes. And welcome back. King of the Hill fans rejoice. The beloved big personalities in a small-town cartoon making its triumphant return. Its cast thrilled, its viewers overjoyed. Here's ABC's Trevor Ault.
Welcome to Hank Hill's backyard. Yes, we're at San Diego Comic-Con, but this is a replica of the fictional town of Arlen, Texas. A setting from the beloved animated series King of the Hill. The series ended in 2009, but it's now back with a new season airing on Hulu.
World has changed, Dad.
I don't know how to kick someone's ass over Zoom, but I'll figure it out.
The show is centered around conservative propane salesman Hank Hill and his family.
That is true, Bobby.
I've been drinking beer for 40 years, and I never wished once that it tasted more like fruit.
Hank is voiced by Mike Judge, who created the series with Greg Daniels, both of them legendary comedy showrunners, Judge creating Beavis and Butthead. And the anti-work satire Office Space.
I'd say in a given week, I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work.
And Daniels adapted the U.S. version of The Office.
The worst thing about prison was the Dementors.
And created the hit NBC show Parks and Recreation.
All the countries, other people, everyone is fun.
The duo's now reuniting the show's main cast 15 years later for its much devoted fan base.
Was it riding a bike doing Hank and Boomhauer for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I ever sit around doing those voices in my spare time or anything, but it is great to do it again, you know, and just have all the great writing, and it's really fun to play those characters.
It was wild for me watching the first episode of the season. When I was a teenager, it was come home, we'd watch The Simpsons, watch King of the Hill, and then watching this first episode beat by beat of, oh, I loved that character, oh, I love that character. It really did land.
I mean, that's kind of what it was like doing that first table read. Almost emotional.
The show's now bringing on seasoned showrunner Saladin K. Patterson for its 14th season.
What was your relationship like with the show when it first aired? Were you a fan of it?
I was a huge fan of it.
We tried to hire him back in the day, and he chose to go on Frasier instead.
Very similar characters, Frasier and Hank Hill.
The new season's taking an innovative approach for an animated sitcom, picking up in the world of the show after 8 years.
We started a meeting about it, you know, just going, what would it be if we brought it back? And we had this notion of Hank and his family being in Saudi Arabia, earning his retirement nest egg, working at Aramco, and Bobby being a grown-up chef.
Hi, I'm Bobby Hill, executive chef of Robota Chain.
How was it returning to the role?
Just like putting on the best pair of pants you've ever had.
That famous scratchy voice comes from Pamela Adlon, who plays fan-favorite character Bobby Hill, Hank's son.
I can't have my name associated with a beer like this.
Bobby, maybe more than anybody from the show, I see like used in internet memes, and people still attach to the character.
Yes.
My brother and I so frequently say, that's my purse.
I don't know you.
Oh my God, yeah.
Is there a particular moment from the original airing or a particular line that you find in your own head that pops up?
Well, there's so many, but I would always just say,
I said good day, Sheriff.
I mean, that's kind of my favorite.
Adlon is a longtime comedian and actress, creating her own sitcom on FX, Better Things, alongside now Oscar winner Mikey Madison.
No, No, Max, I'm not gonna get you pot.
It's so easy,
Sorry.
Mom.
When did they first call you about coming back?
I was waiting to see if it was real because it feels kind of too good to be true to go back into this world and to be taken care of by the writers. You know, I've said that the writers on King of the Hill are just a huge influence on me as a writer now.
Kathy Najimy is a veteran comic actress known for roles in Hocus Pocus
Smell children.
and Veep.
Watch me. Oh, I love your tie. See? He basically brain dead. Don't worry.
She voices Peggy Hill, Hank's wife, a substitute teacher.
Hey, why don't you get Bobby to help you make the beer? Then you can both name it after me. Peggy Ale, Margaret's Malt.
I'm old, so I had a lot of jobs, but I love this job so much. I love my character. I love Peggy Hill. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. and get a bunch of makeup done.
I'm such an introvert, so I'm gonna need a week to recover after this. 130,000 people is kind of a lot, but
Is it really?
we love seeing the fans, though. It's just so sweet, the interactions.
Actor Toby Huss voices Dale Gribble, a paranoid exterminator, with Huss adopting the role after the original voice, Johnny Hardwick, passed away in 2023.
We all could be in danger, Bill.
And actress Lauren Tom voices Connie, Bobby's childhood friend, now grown up.
Have you ever heard of slut shaming? It is the single worst thing anyone can do to someone.
I think going back to Arlen is, if you're watching it, I think you'd have that kind of a feeling where you go back and you get to see Hank and Peggy and all their friends. I don't know. I find that stuff pretty comforting, especially when it's done well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that laughter is the best medicine.
And back in Hank's backyard, die-hard fans are getting ready for the new season, set in a modern world, but with the same humor they've loved for 25 years.
It's been kind of an incredible thing over the past few years to realize that there's just no demographic for this show. It's everywhere. And the people who know and believe in it, they take care of it like the precious thing it is.
Our thanks to Trevor. The brand new King of the Hill is streaming now on Hulu. And when we come back, an NHL mascot gets more attention than he bargained for from a real-life brown bear. And finally tonight, the NHL's Kraken's mascot's close call in the wild.
While we were fishing, we had a pretty close call with a couple bears.
Seattle Kraken's forward John Hayden and Bowie, the mascot, having a close encounter with an Alaskan brown bear. Bowie and Hayden on a video promoting youth hockey when the bear appears, then tries to get closer to the blue-haired troll. John Hayden later joking that he wanted to blame it on Bowie because they were pretty interested in his look.
We got out of it okay, but it was a close call.
Too close for comfort. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.